been really good. Excited about this. See if we can find some products.
Absolutely. Okay, so let me just share my screen and let's have a look at the channel and let's talk about it. Okay, so this is the creator. Emil is his name, and he is basically a free climber. So he climbs rock faces by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Let me see here now. So he has 154,000 subscribers, 44 million views in total on his channel. And he's been creating videos for 5 years.
He actually, here's something really cool though.
Yep.
I've just filtered his most popular videos by like the most popular ones.
Mm-hmm.
And his most popular video came out 1 month ago. And previous to that, it was 3 years ago, which is really cool. So like,
I do not belong.
pro climber breaks world record at grip strength competition. Insane. So, so this, I guess this guy is, here we go. I train for climbing, talk about training, and then eventually put all that to use to ascend a bunch of small rocks in the pursuit of an imaginary goal.
I like it. I like it.
So this guy seems pretty passionate, trains, likes achievement, likes accomplishing things, it seems. He likes climbing and he likes talking about training for climbing, I essentially think that means. So I guess that all comes into like this decision when we're doing research for like potential products for the climber, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the first thing we're going to do is, I think, is there any products that jump to mind that you think would potentially work here? Like, as I said, folks, this is off the cuff. That's the way we like to do it. So I have a few ideas of how to break this down.
I mean, for me, I'm jumping straight away to training products. So like products you would use to train certain parts of your body for climbing specifically. So I'll give you some examples now. Let's just go on. I'm just on Google now, searching climbing training aids. So we've got all sorts of things like, hang on, boulder wall, novelty climbing, and what's that? I'm just having a look now, guys, on Google, just for some ideas. Anything to do with grip strength, grip training, finger strength, forearm strength, pull-up bars, chalk bags for climbing. That could be a good one. Chalk bags with the carabiner with this guy's branding on the bag.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool. I mean, to me, this guy seems like he's obviously quite ambitious, but he's also, to me, he doesn't look like he takes his life very seriously. Sorry, doesn't take himself too seriously. Like, I mean, if you look at his cover photo on his YouTube channel, it's like him literally upside down pulling a stupid face. Like, and he's obviously really good at his craft, super passionate about it, puts loads of videos out about finger training, climbing tips, what to do and what not to do. So he's obviously he likes passing down his knowledge on what's worked for him in terms of climbing. So that's why my first initial instinct goes straight to, okay, how do we find a product that fits this? And my mind jumps to training aids. Yeah.
100%. I'm just looking at his comments here as well. Bravian choice of footwear was almost as impressive as your grip strength. Grip strength again, yeah. Unbelievably impressive. I love you acknowledge that each good lift was like a compliment.
Here's a good product for you to share. In the chat there for you. So these are rock climbing fingerboards. So again, these aren't not too bulky or anything. They'll be easy to ship, easy to store for a creator. So whether you have someone else do the fulfillment for you. There's also power balls as well. So these are actually like the same concept, like ropes that hang from like a rig, and you grab onto them again to train your grip strength and your forearm strength for climbing. Two great products.
I was also looking up here, so mountain climbing.
And you could also look into things like pirouette push-up bars and stuff. So things like, I'll send you a link now to some I've just been looking at. Parallettes, they're called, wooden parallettes. So I'm guessing again, I've just sent you a link there, you can share as well. Just by looking at this guy's YouTube channel, he seems very, and this is something you'd have to ask him, but he seems very conscious of the environment, or like usually when you come across a lot of climbers, this is from my experience, they're very keen on looking after the space that they're in, their playground essentially. So having things like wooden parallettes or wooden products could be quite a good shout rather than plastic, for example. And it probably would be more appealing, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. So like for this guy, right, if we're just actually just to write out potential products, again, what we discover with people is that they do believe that there's actually not a product available for them that they could actually use, and that's what we want to kind of change. Right.
Parallel bars would be one. Um, Flossing bands or compression bands. Again, this is more for like looking after the recovery side of things. So they could be a branded set of like resistance bands for mobility and recovery after a climbing session or before a climbing session. Chalk bag we talked about. What else we got here?
Finger strength trainer. That's another good product I've seen before.
Hanging board, so like something you can hang from your doorway in your house for, again, training your grip strength. And there's so many.
Let's see now. Let me just, a rope here, climbing rope is a potential product. So what you could do as well is like, depending on the people that watch his channel, again, something that he would know, like if there's a lot of beginners, you can put some sort of a kit together, like his own beginning kit to help them just get started, or things that they might need just even to build that initial strength.
Also got, I mean, I probably would be, I mean, this guy looks more, from what I can see on his channel, he does more bouldering, which is like where you're climbing essentially. Well, actually, no, hang on his page here, he's doing some climbing as well with ropes, but there's a lot of the videos here where he's indoors and outdoors doing bouldering, where you essentially don't need ropes and you're climbing at a much lower height from the ground, and you're using crash mats. Which is why I was thinking more of a training aid rather than offering things like rope. I wouldn't even go into the niche of harnesses or anything like that. That's just too. I don't think any climber would want to do that. They would just want to use what's already proven to work, is very safe. So, but training aids is definitely something I would consider. And in fact, it's probably what I would be going for.
Look at this board here.
Even slack lines as well. A slack line, unreal, could be a great product.
This board here,
slackline, yeah. And we've got finger tape, just anything to look after yourself as well. So it's like sports tape or finger tape, again, as a training aid. Something really simple and like very inexpensive to test with your audience, but highly valuable.
So again, you could put a kit together of these power balls, of these parallettes that we mentioned, this board here, it's like a fingerboard rock climbing training board. Like there's a nice wee set of products coming together there.
Bouldering brush, so a chalk bag and bouldering brush could be pretty cool. So bouldering brushes are used for cleaning like holds, which is cool. God, there's so many this guy could offer.
Absolutely. And like thinking about it, like I'm just looking here on Amazon as well. Like there's not a huge, there's demand, but there's not a lot of, quality sellers.
No. And this guy is obviously, this guy seems quite well established too. I mean, 154,000 subscribers. If I do a Google search for this guy, I think on Instagram, again, he's got 71,000 followers on Instagram. So he's got a big following there. International. So he's got a profile on the International Federation of Sports Climbing. So this guy's probably quite well known. He's Swedish, age 27. All his results are on here. Bouldering, climbing. So this dude is like, fairly well known in the climbing world.
I'm just looking here too, Alex, on his community, on his YouTube. He is like, he's engaging with people. Like some of his posts here, 1.4 thousand likes in 3 days ago. You know what I mean? And he's asking them questions like, I realize not be relevant to many of you, but just gotta know how many of you viewers played chess. It's random, but he's got an audience that's engaging. 130 people responded. So like he actually could go and ask his audience as well, like, guys, I'm thinking of doing these products. What would you like? Or would you like something different?
100%. Like this is crazy, eh? This is really insightful.
Absolutely. So like what like your audience can actually engage you and tell you, look, we would like this from you. And like, as well as that, like you might notice all the products myself and Alex just suggested there's potential products. Like we're not reinventing the wheel. They're not being created out of thin air. Like these are products that are already made that we can find suppliers and manufacturers for, but we can make them in such a way that they'll resonate with our audience without reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, and they're not just any random product, right? I mean, there's something that this creator, this personal brand would use. It's not just like an off the shelf thing that is white labeled or anything. It's something that you would use, you would recommend. And like Pete was just saying then, if you are stuck on that whole, I don't know what my audience wants question, you can literally just ask them and they will tell you what you want. Obviously, you have to ask questions in a certain way to get the right answers, I feel. But you can essentially ask your audience what they want and then you go and build it for them instead of building a product and offering something that maybe they don't want. But all those products that we've just given a short list of, I think those are literally a perfect starting point for Emil to look at.
100%. Folks, if this is something you kind of want to explore more, down below you'll see a link where how you can work with us to actually build this out for your channel. But nonetheless, we'll be doing more of these videos, so please hit subscribe and we'll keep it real. We'll keep it basic.
Oh, yeah,
No big
raw
editing, no
basic.
fancy editing on this, just as it is. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
It's all right.